This is Pop. Thank you for joining us for another. Hopefully, it's going to be an exciting episode today on racism. Again, this is Pop, and joining me is Brother Jackie. What's up, Jackie?
Hey, everybody. Glad y'all showing up. Let's get to it. Let's make it happen.
All right. Again, this is Pop and Jackie. Last week, we discussed communication. And we also covered language because, language is a foundational part of communication. We talked about barriers to effective communication, active listening, and communication tips. And so we talked about a lot of other stuff, too. So we really encourage you to check out that episode. On this episode, we're going to discuss racism and racists. And I have a suspicion it's going to be a little bit warm up in here, because before we came on air, I was talking to Brother Jackie, and I have a Facebook friend who kind of set me a little bit on fire, and we weren't even talking about racism. The person ended up sending me this video of this young brother trying to support. I guess he was trying to support the rights cause, I guess. And the video talked about how Barack Obama deported more illegal migrants. As a matter of fact, he was named as the deporter in chief. And my friend didn't understand why we're so upset because Trump is deporting all these people. And I reminded them, I don't know, maybe they didn't know, but Barack Obama did it a little bit different. The brother didn't go all over the country, going into neighborhoods, terrorizing folks like jackboot thugs, killing people. He stopped folks right at the border. All right. If they were illegal, he stopped them at the border, turned them away, sent them back across the border. I think that's different. Now, I could be wrong. You guys can correct me. I'm going to give you a chance, Brother Jack, here to kind of get in on this. But that was one difference. Now, this person that I was interacting with, they didn't respond and go, yeah, that's a good point. Because that's something they don't do. They just throw this stuff out there and hope that it'll stick. Well, with me, it's not going to stick. I'm going to call you out on it. Now, you don't have to respond. That's cool. Most of them don't respond. The other point they were making was about these people out here demonstrating. Got to get my words right here. The young brother was talking about how these people need to get a job, take their bus to work, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Now, he's a young brother and evidently not very educated. He doesn't understand a lot of history of our country and how things change, especially people's rights and those types of things. People don't voluntarily just do the right thing by people. Sometimes you got to get out and you got to march. You got to cause a little bit of discomfort to folks peacefully. The young brother, he looked young. He looked about in his 30s. So he wasn't around in the 60s when there was a bunch of people out there causing havoc and raising Cain to make sure that a certain group of people like him, got rights that was due to him. See, he's benefiting from those people out in the street, sacrificing their body and their lives, their livelihoods for the future generations like him. He doesn't get that, right? And so I had this white friend who sent me this video, and I explained to them, please, don't be sending me no more videos of ignorant black people being ignorant, because that's what he was doing. He was speaking from a place of ignorance, and he was supporting racist causes. But anyway, Brother Jackie, we ain't even into this podcast yet, and you can see I'm hot. So you go ahead, brother, respond.
I think there's a narrative that continues to be pushed when it comes to us and us. Like when it comes to black people in this country, real talk. So we can go out and become educated. We can go get degrees. We can go get professional professional certifications and all this kind of stuff, and we're still viewed as that ignorant bunch, and it's there. No matter, it gets
we reinforce it.
Aggravating.
Yeah, but we reinforce it. We reinforce it. You're right, but we reinforce it with black folks out there making these kind of videos and that type of thing. Stephon Smith, I think you heard about him talking about one of our folk. But anyway, go ahead, brother.
No, we do. There's a demographic within our community that reinforces the stereotype.
Yes.
And and guess what? We push back black people that are educated, black people that are trying to be better, trying to be the better version of themselves. We push back on that also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We 100% push back on that. I'm never going to support someone that looks like me just because they look like me.
Absolutely.
If they're doing something that brings a negative mark against me as a black person in this country.
Right.
I'm never going to support that.
Right.
I'm not supporting drug dealers. I'm not supporting murderers. I'm not supporting the sludge at the bottom of the barrel because it looks like me.
Right. I agree with that.
I'm not going to support the quote unquote trailer park trash on the white side. I'm not going to support them either.
Right. All right. I'll tell you what, brother. Like I said, that kind of got me set off a little bit. So let me try to back up a little bit, slow down, and try to get back.
I need you. No, Pop, we need it. I need you.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. Let me tell you. This outline, we're gonna get into it. So we'll talk a little bit more about it. But so let's try to get back on script here. So again, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be talking about racist and racism. And so we'll go ahead and get started on that. So now there's going to be a few areas that we'll look at, and me, I'm all into definitions, right? I'm into this language, communication, and definition stuff. So I like to make sure that we're on the same track when we're talking about words. So this word racist, how is racist defined? Racist is defined as a person who is prejudiced against or hostile toward people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or someone deemed insignificant. So again, a racist is a person who is prejudiced against or hostile toward people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group. Typically, these folks are going to be minorities that they're prejudiced against. Now, racism is defined as the belief that one's race is superior, leading to prejudice, discrimination against others based on race, affecting individuals and creating systematic advantages for some groups over other groups through policies, practices, and power structures that disadvantages racial minorities. So a little bit again, the belief that their race is superior, leading to prejudice, discrimination against those races, because of the power structure too. Prejudice.
Correct.
Prejudice.
Let me read. Let me hit this.
Go ahead, brother.
Prejudice is a perceived, often negative opinion or attitude about a person or group formed without sufficient knowledge or experience, usually based on stereotypes rather than facts, leading to unfair dislike or hostility. Prejudice can extend beyond people to include ideas, concepts, objects, and institutions.
Mm-hmm. Question for you, brother. Real quick question for you. Do you think most people probably have a degree of prejudice in them. And we're basically talking about race too.
Do.
Let's keep it to race. Let's keep it to race for a second here. Do you think that black, white, Asian, Hispanic don't matter? Do you think that probably? I'm just asking. Would you say that probably most people have a degree of prejudice in them?
We are. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's just acknowledge that. You know that this is just not just. Go ahead, brother.
That's where you're on point. We have to acknowledge the fact that we do have some prejudice in us. And that's not the end of the world because you have it.
Right. And there's a difference between, and that's why I wanted to get into these definitions. There's a difference between being prejudiced and being racist or exhibiting racism toward someone. There's a big difference. As you said, you could be prejudiced against ice cream, right? But what harm is that going to cause? But it's kind of hard to be racist toward ice cream. But anyway, I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead. You were talking about prejudice.
Hey,
go ahead.
Guess what? You said it's pretty hard to be racist prejudice against ice cream.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
No, I said racist.
That's because
I said it's hard to be racist against ice cream. You can be prejudiced against it, but it's kind of hard to be racist against it.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
I think this podcast and the gist of what's setting in with me, like we have to acknowledge that we aren't perfect.
Right.
And I think the word perfection should be eliminated from the English vocabulary. We have to acknowledge that we are flawed. Mm-hmm. We have issues.
Yes.
We have prejudices. We have everything negative we point out in other demographics.
Yeah.
We have within us.
We have it too.
And so the goal is to acknowledge it. Yeah. And so when it shows up,
recognize and acknowledge it. Go ahead, brother. Recognize and acknowledge.
Recognize it, acknowledge it, and not base a decision going forward off of it.
Yeah. Right.
I'm a black man. If you're the people that are listening, they don't understand. I'm a black man. Being in the military, I worked around a lot of white people and other nationalities too. But I was the one that was willing to have this conversation regarding the difference in races.
Right.
The difference the difference in nationalities and races, this, that, and other. So to think that I never have believed that we are all created equal. We're not equal. Mm-hmm. We're not. I believe we're created equally. We are 100% created equally. Mm-hmm. But I'm not 6'6", and I can't jump out of the gym like Michael Jordan. So we're not equally at all, by no stretch. So we didn't grow up the same. Me being raised in a black household is different than a white person being raised in their household and the Asian person being raised in theirs.
Right.
So instead of saying I'm better than you because of this, let's acknowledge the differences and say, okay, you were raised differently than I was.
Yeah.
I'm raised differently than you. Yeah. So with that being said, we look at food, we look at experiences, we look at music, we experience these things totally different based off of the environment. Mm-hmm. Let's acknowledge the fact that we're different.
Yeah. Doesn't mean that one is better and the other's worse. Doesn't mean that. Just like you said, brother. We just different.
A murder is a murder. I don't give a murder is a murder, and I don't give a damn if they're white, black, Asian, Hispanic. It doesn't matter. You still a murderer.
Yeah. Okay.
But however, when it comes to us sitting, being able to have conversations and acknowledge the differences, that's where we need to make sure we're on one accord.
Right.
And understanding I'm not you and you're not me.
Right. One more definition.
I eat things that you may not eat. You eat things I may not eat.
Right.
It doesn't mean that yours is better and mine is worse.
Absolutely. One more definition here. Discrimination. Discrimination is the unfair, unjustified, or prejudicial treatment of individuals or groups based on characteristics like race, gender, age, religion, or disability. So those are the major terms that we're talking about. Racist, racism, prejudice, and discrimination. And we've already determined that basically, based on those definitions, anybody can be a racist, prejudice, or can discriminate. We agree on that, don't we? I think.
No, we do.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this, brother. Do you think a black person can be
where you're
racist?
going on this.
Yeah. You think? Now I've heard people say that. Well, black people can't be racist. So what are your thoughts on that, brother? Based upon our definition,
In my early years,
go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
In my early years, I would say, matter of fact, I said no.
Right.
But as I've grown and matured over the years,
right,
we absolutely can be racist.
Yes. Yeah.
We absolutely can be racist.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to make sure we got into that definition of what a racist is, what racism is, because for many years I had heard that black people couldn't be, they couldn't be racist. We can be racist, and we are racist at times. There's many of us. We're human. We're just like anybody else. We can be racist. Now let me ask you this question: generally, when we talk about racism, usually it's white against black folk. Usually, when we talk about racism, we see that's kind of seem like what the narrative is white folks being racist toward black people. Now, question: can black people be racist toward black people?
We do it every day.
Absolutely.
We do it every day.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what people don't understand, And I have to admit, talking about prejudices, right? I'm gonna share a prejudice that I have about the Republican Party. And this is a prejudice, right? It's a stereotype. Generally, I think people that are members of the Republican Party, and I'm saying it out loud so everybody can hear, generally, to me, they're definitely prejudiced, and there's a degree of racism in it, right? And so for me, I just had such a problem understanding why black people should know. First of all, they should know this, by history and what's going on presently. They should know that there's a certain degree of racism that flows throughout the Republican Party, in my mind. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm thinking that I'm just an average, normal black person. How come these average, normal other black people, why would you vote for, these people who are definitely not working in your best interest? They're racist generally. And so what I concluded was, we got black people that are racist. So go ahead, brother. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. And they actually got terms. They actually got terms for this. It's called intra-racism or internalized racism. So there's actually terms for it. So it exists. They got terms for it. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, Pop, watch this. We have a more vulgar term for it, and it dated back to slavery. House Negro, field Negro.
Yes.
That's an actual concept.
Oh,
and people don't realize that even in our community.
Yes.
Watch this. Pop, you know me. You're darker than me. I'm a light-skinned dude.
Yes, you are.
How much?
Got green eyes, I think. Ain't you
now,
you still got your green eyes?
Yeah, hey, I got them hazel eyes. That didn't change either.
Yeah.
They didn't change.
Some going on there.
What?
Some going on there, but that's
people,
another topic. Go ahead.
How many people do you think hated on me because of my complexion and my eye?
You mean in our black community?
In the black community, not the white community.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Community. I'm strictly on black community.
For one thing, people like you got all the women. Hell yeah, we didn't like your butt. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, hold up. I think you have some unresolved issues right there with that.
No, they resolved. I'm past that now. I'm too old to worry about it. But go ahead.
But no, on a much serious note, we absolutely discriminate and are racist to a degree amongst amongst our own people.
Absolutely.
So It's the reason why I say, and I'm putting this out here, of the top things that affect our community, racism is not in the top 15 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much that we have to do amongst ourselves to get right. Racism has to be the last thing that you can use against me.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure that when I walk outside, when I'm outside, work-wise or just my day-to-day activities, I represent every black man. And now there may be people listening to this podcast say, no, you don't. But yes, I do. I represent every black man. So I have an obligation and a responsibility
Isn't that something,
to carry
though?
myself like my mom and dad raised me with some common sense.
But isn't that something, though? And we teach our kids that. Isn't that something to think about? The average black parent, teaches their kid that you have to make sure that and this is what a lot of folk don't understand, especially white folk. They don't understand this. This goes on in at least it used to. This goes on in the average black household. We're taught that you have to behave a certain way. You just can't act like you just somebody. You got to act a certain way. And normally you got to act better. You got to try to be better. And that's why I think a lot of times in certain areas, blacks excel. Like athletes, for example, that's a common area. Because they know they just can't be. You heard about the day. You probably don't remember. You too young, but there was a day where it was even hard. Blacks weren't even allowed on professional sports teams. Because we were considered inferior. I'm not too young.
I know. And then when they got on certain sports teams, there's certain positions that they wouldn't play, like quarterback.
That's right. That's right. Couldn't coach, because we were inferior.
Hold on. Don't, let's not talk about coaching. Coaching is another one that you don't see that's that good old boy network sitting over there.
But these are the things a lot of probably our white friends, they're not aware of this because they didn't have to go through that in their household. Not based on race anyway. They weren't told you got to be better because of your race. We're talking about we've been told we got to be better because of our race. Think about it.
Correct.
The white folk out there, think about that. Is that how you were raised? That you had to be better because you were white? I don't think so. But these are the things that we're dealing with and we're talking about, when we're talking about racism. It's not just a black and white issue. It goes a lot deeper than that, But go ahead, brother.
How many times have we've been told you got to work twice as hard, be twice as good to be considered half equal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's there.
Yeah.
So when again, there's a burden on us.
Yeah.
There's a burden on me. There's a burden on you.
Right.
And Pop, I've been knowing you for over 20 years.
Yep. Easily.
There's a responsibility. Every time I've seen you, and this is one of them give you your flowers why you can spell them. I've never seen you out of character.
Yeah.
The whole time I've ever met you.
Yeah.
The whole time, the entire time I've ever been around you, I've never seen you out of character.
Right.
I've never seen you curse. I've never heard you curse.
Yeah.
For the most part, face to face.
I do, but I'm careful who and where I cuss at. Who around
right.
And where I cuss at. But yeah, because I'm human, I'm normal. But you're right.
This is for the audience.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm not as careful.
Right.
I'm not as careful as Pop.
Right. Because again, if I'm with a certain group of folk, and let's just say I'm with a bunch of white folk, and they cussing and acting out of character, it's not looked at the same way as when I cuss and act out of character. It's different. So that's one of the reasons I've tried to do that. Not always successful, because people that know me know I'm not always successful in that. But I try to do that. Now back on this thing about racist blacks against racist blacks. It's called intra-racism or internalized racism. It generally comes from the dominant culture in America, and we're talking about in America, and we're talking about the white race. Messaging. They send these messages, and it can show itself as the victim race, which generally is the black race, feeling inferior, and colorism. That's what you mentioned a little earlier. In other words, colorism is being against those with dark skin in the same racial group, right? That's why you had it so easy, because you didn't have dark skin. Nobody was against you. But anyway.
Really? That's what we're doing?
Blacks unconsciously.
Hey.
Go ahead, brother.
Hey, if I... Christopher, you got a spear in his hand in New Jack City because he was light skinned.
But I get it. Yeah, some folk you wasn't lighter than. So yeah, those folks had a problem with you. But in the black race, we had a problem with you because you were lighter than us. So anyway, so again, many times we hear the people ask that question of. And I mentioned this a little earlier. Why do black folk vote Republican and vote against their own interests? My answer to that is let's consider the following. In today's politics, you got two choices. You're either going to vote Republican or you're going to vote Democrat. And I heard some folk talk about these libertarians and all the rest of that stuff, but that don't count. The parties are Democratic or Republican. Those are basically the choices that you have. The Democratic Party and Republican parties generally have opposite platforms on many issues. Let me just ask you that first. Would you agree that a couple things? Generally, as far as voting in America, elections in America, generally, we basically have two parties, Democrat and Republican. Or do we agree on that?
No, we agree on that.
All right.
Yeah, we do.
Generally, not always, but generally, Republicans, Democrats, their platforms kind of are opposite a lot of times. Would you agree on that?
100%.
Okay. Yeah. Democrats, they say anyway, favor a larger government, provide social services and regulations, higher taxes on the wealthy, health care, environmental protection. That sounds like Democrats, kind of, right? Larger government, social services, a lot of regulations, right? Higher taxes on the wealthy, health care, environmental protection. Are any of those things you kind of disagree with, or you kind of okay with that?
No, I'm so far I'm okay with that.
Okay, and then
I got some pushback on this one. But go ahead.
All right, go ahead. Republicans, they're more for limited government, as we noticed with this present administration getting rid of all these veteran employees. So yeah, cutting down, closing a lot of these agencies and stuff. Limited government, lower taxes because they rich. They don't want to be taxed like that. And individual freedom, right? For certain people, right? Individual freedom. They believe in a strong defense, deregulation, and free market capitalism. Agreed. Kind of generally, that's kind of more toward the Republicans' Billy Wax, so to speak, right? Would you kind of agree with that?
Remark, yeah. Okay, yeah.
All right, so now give me your pushback. Mm-hmm. Give me your pushback.
My issue with the way we vote. I'm not let me hold that before I touch that. The same tax laws that the Republicans take advantage of, the Democrats take advantage of. So they come to us and they give us a bunch of smoke and mirrors.
When you say they, who's they?
The Democrats.
Oh, okay. So give me some examples.
I think Democrats and they may have good intentions. I'm
Give
not
me
saying
some smoke and
I
mirrors.
think they give it.
Give me some of the
Say
smoke
what,
and
Bob?
mirrors. Give me some of the smoke and mirrors they come at us with.
Then no more. The last election, reparations.
What was that again? Now I didn't hear you,
That
brother.
was a big. The last election.
Mm-hmm.
That was a reparation. That was a reparation thing going on. There was a.
Now, what do you mean there was a?
There's
Wait a minute.
hold
Hold on. Let's go one at a time, brother. What do you mean there was a
That was
reparation
a push.
thing? What was that?
That was a push for reparation. That was a push for reparation. If you remember that, that was a push for reparation for black people during the last presidential election.
Okay. Now I will say I don't remember a big push. Now I've heard this thing about reparations for a while. I'm sure that probably was mentioned, but as far as it being a big push, I don't remember that being part of Kamala Harris's platform. You'll have to show me that. Let me finish. Hold up a minute, brother. Hold up a minute. If that was part of Biden's administration, or if it was part of Kamala Harris's platform, please do me a favor, and we'll cover this next episode. Send me something.
I'm gonna give you that.
Show me.
Never mentioned that. I'm gonna give you that was the Biden representative. So I said the last in my bad. For everybody listening, I messed up. It was not Kamala Harris. I was talking about the Biden.
Okay.
During that time.
All right. So now, go ahead though. Go ahead.
With Kamala Harris, I don't know, and I still don't know the policies that she.
Well, hold on. Let's stop for a second. Let's stop. Hold on. I'm gonna give you a chance, but let's stop.
Hold up.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
You can't ask me a question.
Is it still on reparations? Because there's something I want to cover on reparations. Let's because there's something still about me I got going on with this thing with reparations. What are your thoughts on reparations?
I don't think it's a benefit.
You don't think it's a benefit? Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
I'll tell you why.
Let me ask you.
Can I tell you why?
All right, hold on a second. Let me ask you this then. Do you think folks, black folk whose ancestors were victims of slavery, do you think they are entitled to reparations? Possibly.
Yeah. Black people that got ancestors that were slaves.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely, they are entitled to reparations.
Then I'm confused because I thought you said.
But no, because every black person in this country didn't have ancestors.
I agree with that.
That was slaves.
I agree with that. But the folks where you can show a link between the black folk here today and their ancestors being slaves, if you can actually show a link, so you agree with that, then that there's let's put it this way. Let's not say that we have to have that. But my thing is, shouldn't it at least be open for discussion? Some folks are saying that's just off limits. We shouldn't even talk about that. My thing is, can't we just at least talk about it?
Okay, let's say I agree. I'm gonna concede.
Okay,
we should talk about it.
Just talk about it. All right, now go ahead. I'm sorry I cut you off, but you was going to another point. Go ahead. Now you probably forgot it, but go ahead. That was my goal. I meant for you to forget your next point. Go ahead.
My issue is none of us right now in this country, black people, were slaves, and none of the white people in this country
were slave owners. Right.
So, with that being said, why should they have to pay for something that their ancestors did?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you look at economy of scale, it's not like it's only a select few that actually made it to the top.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. When some rich person in Florida who's been living there for 50 years, they've been through hurricane after hurricane, their property, California, wherever, and their property keeps getting destroyed, and my federal dollars pay those people, why is that right? Why am I paying for these people or some of these other? Do you know we just sent $40 billion to Argentina? Was it Argentina? Why am I sending money to Argentina? So this is the problem. This is the problem I get. This is the problem I have when we start talking about, well, none of my people were slave owners, and so why should I be paying for what blah blah blah? Well, I mean, it's a bigger discussion than that. Then why is it when it comes to black folks? The rules change? What we entitled to? We start talking about, well, y'all just want somebody to give you some. Well, hell, why are we giving those folks in Florida or some of these other places? Why are we bailing out these oil companies? Why are we sending $40 billion to Argentina? I mean, why? Why is Trump suing the government for billions of dollars? Trump, our president, is suing our country, you and me, for billions of dollars because somebody released some of his tax returns of him and her family. What the hell? Why ain't nobody outraged about that?
Who says they're not?
I don't hear them.
Maybe it's your algorithm.
Let me ask you this.
Maybe it's your algorithm.
When was the last time you heard it? I haven't heard nobody outraged about it. I heard about it, but I didn't hear anybody was outraged about it. But anyway, I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, you good. You good with that right there.
Okay. But yeah, but you were saying though that I think you were saying that you kind of have an issue with, or we should think about this thing about, because there's no blacks that are alive today were slaves, or white folks that are alive today that were slave owners, then we should, really it should be kind of off the table discussing whether or not there should be reparations for the, whatever. So I don't know. I remember a few years ago when the United States of America pushed for Jews who were families with victims of the Holocaust to get reparations. We pushed for that, and they got it. No outrage. Again, I don't like comparing catastrophes and that type of thing, which is worse or which is better. I don't like doing that. But for sake of argument, I have to do it because, again, it seems like black folk, we get kind of pushed. That's just the way things is. Just suck it up. It seems like that kind of happened to us a lot. And I'm just curious why. Here we are pushing for human rights, for reparations for Jews. Now, not that I'm against it, don't get me wrong. I'm just pointing something out. The United States of America pushed for the Jewish folks to get reparations for the Holocaust.
Say that one more time.
Okay. The United States of America pushed, they had an active, big role. I don't know if they actually gave any money, but they pushed Germany for reparations for the families of Jews who were victims of the Holocaust. We pushed for that. Reparations. And nobody's pushing for reparations for black folk. And when they do, when black folks even kind of briefly mention that, it's like, what the hell's wrong with you? Are you crazy? Why should you get reparations? That's all I'm saying. They're victims of all types of things. That's why I mentioned the thing in Florida and different things. There's all kind of victims that, things that happen that's not because of them, and our tax dollars go to those people, and there's no outrage. That's just my thought on it. But anyway, but I want to make sure you get a chance to voice your thoughts, though, brother. You still there, Jackie?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll continue kinda.
Did,
We'll kinda.
did it cut out?
Yeah.
I think I cut out. I think it cut out. That's why
Okay.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
I think it cut out.
Okay. Good. I think what
Yeah.
we'll do.
My
What
bad.
we'll do.
My
What
bad.
we'll do is try to keep on. Try to get back on this outline thing here. But let me see where we're at here. We're talking about policy differences between Democrats and Republicans, because I think this is an important point in my mind anyway. Why are people voting for things that's not in their best interest? Now, we already kind of broke down what the Democrats appear to support and what the Republicans appear to support, and so let's kind of dig a little bit deeper on that. We talked about economy and taxes. So Democrats support taxing the wealthy to fund public services and social programs, right? Taxing the wealthy to fund public services and social programs. Republicans advocate for lowering taxes to stimulate economic growth through private enterprises. So out of those 2 points, which of those 2 points do you think would benefit minorities more?
It's always the one the Democrats push. It's
No,
taxing the wealth.
I'm asking Jackie. I'm asking Jackie, which one of those do you think would, because I think you're a fair-minded person. Which one of those do you think would benefit more the minorities? The Democrats who want to tax the wealthy more to fund public services and social programs, or the Republicans who advocate for not doing that?
I think, and there's checks and balances within every system you got to have.
Right.
I think that when it comes to who's creating jobs and what's the benefit is, I think we should not be targeting the wealthy individuals of this country, because the tax. And I'll tell you why. I know, Pop, you're going to go off. I get it.
What makes you think I'm going to go off?
Because I know you. So the business owners, they've learned how to take advantage of the tax laws written on the books.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you go back to when Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton had their debate, and Donald Trump told Hillary Clinton, your donors take advantage of the same tax laws that I take advantage of, that you take advantage of. So if we want to make a change, we would change the tax laws for the business owners. But since that's not going to happen, it's the business owners out here that are creating jobs or the disadvantage. Call it what you want. That's what it is.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
We can have all these social programs, and some of the and a lot of the social programs are needed. I'm not saying that they're not needed. They are absolutely needed. But I think by having all these social programs, it creates a dependency on the system itself.
Okay.
It's the reason why. The reason why.
Go ahead.
What, Pop?
Yeah. I said
it's the reason why that when the Democrats are running, they are pushing social programs to get the votes, but they're taking advantage of the same system that the Republicans are taking advantage of behind the scenes. That becomes the problem.
No, here. Let me ask you this again. You sound like a Republican. All right, you sound like a Republican. I asked you a pretty simple question, and now we're going all around the mulberry bush, and I don't have an answer to my simple question yet.
But it can't just stop on who benefits the most.
Yeah, that's why I'm voting for. That's why I'm voting. No. That's why I'm voting for A, B, C, or D. I'm going to vote for who has my interest at heart the most. But go ahead.
That's the smoke and mirrors that they continue to push.
Ain't no smoke and mirror.
It can.
No. There's no. I'm not going to let you do that. That's no smoke and mirrors. It's facts. When you look at the programs that the Democrats push, they're actual programs. It's not smoke and mirror. They're facts. No, they're not. They're actual programs that benefit people. I'll give you a perfect example. Program. WIC, that caused all this havoc in the last shutdown. WIC, that's a social program pushed by Democrats.
Correct.
Pushed by Democrats. That's a real program that the Republicans was trying to put an end to. That's a real program. There are other programs like that. I just thought about WIC, but there's a bunch of other ones I could rattle off. Those are real programs. They're not our imagination. School loan assistance programs. Republicans trying to do away with that. That's actually helping people. That's not smoke and mirrors. These jobs program. They got these jobs programs to try to help folks get prepared to be able to go out and get a job. They're doing away with those things. Those are real programs. That's not smoke and mirrors.
Watch this, Pop. How have they helped over the last 50 years?
What do you mean, how has they helped? How has WIC helped? Are you asking me, brother Jackie, you're a smart man. Let me ask you a question. Are you asking me how WIC has helped people?
Yes.
Do you know what WIC is?
I'm going to tell you. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you why I asked the question.
No, tell me what WIC is.
I asked the question. Say what now?
I said, tell me what WIC is. Because you're saying it hasn't helped people. I can only assume you don't know what it is.
No. My point is, I understand that it feeds people that need to be fed.
What did you just say? What did you just say?
Hold on, Tom. You can't just run with that, because guess what?
And the people that is feeding, what people is it feeding? Which people is it feeding? What'd you say?
There's layers to this. WIC and a lot of social services program has created the term generational welfare.
I don't care what these fancy names these people come up with, because they're trying to bullshit us.
It's not about the name.
No. It is.
It's not about the name.
It is. I don't care what you call it. The question, let's get back down to the basics. WIC, has it or has it not helped feed babies?
And it's contributed to generations of people.
I don't even care about that. I don't even care about that. My question to you was,
no, we have to care about that.
Does WIC and has WIC help feed babies?
That's not the argument.
Of course it is.
No, it's not.
What's the argument?
The argument is not whether WIC has helped. WIC has helped babies that needed to be fed.
That's not the argument.
The problem is it's helped babies that need to be fed. The problem comes in. It's created a demographic, a generation that continue to rely on the system. They don't get out there and try to go be better to get off of WIC.
Well, let me ask you a question.
That's the problem.
Well, let me ask you a question, Brother Jackie. This will cut right to the chase. Do you believe that there should be any social programs?
No, there should be social programs.
Okay. One thing at a time. So you do believe that there should be some social programs?
Yeah, people need help.
All right, so give me an example.
WIC stands for women, infants, and children.
Right.
We're the men.
Right.
WIC stands, hold on, watch this. Hold on, Pop.
Go ahead.
WIC stands for women, infants, and children.
Right.
Where's the man in the WIC?
Where's the man in the WIC?
People that on WIC, so let's go back to welfare. That goes back to what I've said again on this podcast, that women chose social service programs over their men.
Brother, you losing
Where's
me.
the man?
Where's the man?
Man?
Look. Let's get okay. Since you want to talk about that, let's talk about that. This thing about welfare has basically separated families, got the man out the house, and all this other craziness. Now, let me make sure I understand this. Let me finish. Let me make sure I understand this. Why is the man not allowed to be in that house if a woman is on welfare? Why is the man not allowed to be there?
Why is the man not allowed to be there?
Yeah.
Because the women chose Wick over the man.
No, you got to twist it. You got to twist it. The man don't have a decision. No, let me finish. The man don't have a decision in this.
Where's the man's decision in this?
Take care of your damn family. Take care of your damn family. Look, no, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Stop. Hold up a second. Look, wait a minute, Jackie. Jackie, hold on a second. If the man took responsibility and took care of his family, would the wife need to be on WIC or any of these welfare? If the man stood up as a man and took care of his family, look, they chose.
The woman chose to have a baby by a sorry man and then they chose over her man. They chose to have that baby. Ain't no they. It was no they. It was no they.
The man didn't have a role in it?
Guess what?
Wait a minute, brother. No. You mean the man did not have a role in that pregnancy? This is the crazy shit we dealing with. Now you got me cussing. Now you got me cussing. This is the crazy shit we dealing with. The man didn't have no role in the pregnancy. Go ahead.
Tell you why you can't run this on me, Pop.
Go ahead, brother.
Let me tell you why you can't run this on me.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you why you can't run this on me.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you why you can't run on me.
Go ahead.
A woman can only get pregnant 5-6 days out the month. She knows she was ovulating. She chose to have sex. She chose to have sex, unprotected sex with a man. And if that dude wasn't, if that man was a piece of shit, when did he become a piece of shit? Before she had unprotected sex with him, or after she had unprotected sex with him? So you can't push that narrative to me. Not to me. Absolutely not. If I was a trash man, and she chose to have unprotected sex with a trash man, and then you want to blame the fact that he didn't step up? No, ma'am. You don't get that. You don't get to have it both ways. Where's your accountability? You knew you was ovulating when you decided to jump in the bed with him. You knew he didn't take care of them other kids that he had out there. You knew he was in the club and was a degenerate on society before you did what you did. And all of a sudden it's the man's fault? How are we gonna push this on men when women? Guess what? My body, my choice. Well, guess what? My wallet, my choice.
Okay.
You are, according to black women, they're the most educated, which is a lie. They're not the most educated. They're the most enrolled, and then the least graduated. Now, outside of that, you chose to go down that road with that man, and then you want to try to hold him accountable to taking care of a kid that he didn't even want.
Okay, so
you chose to carry that baby for 9 months. He had no say-so in it.
Jackie, what is wrong with you, brother?
He had no say-so in it. No,
Jackie,
no, that's not how it works.
Jackie, where am I? Hey, man, what am I missing? You are telling me that a man gets involved with sex, having sexual intercourse voluntarily. They
both did.
What?
They both did.
Then what are you talking about?
They both chose to have sex.
Yes.
Unprotected.
Yes.
And guess what?
Thank you.
What? A woman can make that man a father when he didn't want to be one, but a man cannot make her a mother when she don't want to be one.
Jackie, if that man didn't want to be a dad, Jackie, let me finish a second. No, let me finish a second.
She got the
No, that's not what we're talking. Jackie. I'm not talking about after the fact. I'm talking about the fact.
I'm talking about before.
No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about at the time that they both, the man and the woman, I'm not talking about rape. I'm talking about when that man and that woman both decided to get in that bed and knock those knees. They both knew what they were doing. And if it was unprotected, they both knew it was. Let me finish. They both knew. No. Let me finish. They both knew it was unprotected. They both knew what the possibility was that woman might get pregnant. And if the woman get pregnant,
she was ovulating.
I don't care what she knew. Did he knew he had?
She knew she was ovulating.
Look, did he know he had a penis? Look, did he know he had a penis? Did that man know he had a penis? Did that man know
she was ovulating?
Did that man know if he stuck that penis in that vagina that he might ejaculate, and that if he ejaculated, that sperm, it could possibly fertilize an egg, which would possibly cause a pregnancy? Did that man know any of that?
Outside of rape, she knew what she was doing also.
I agree. I'm agreeing with you.
You sitting there saying this, the man got her. No, Pop, I heard this argument my whole life. The man got me pregnant. No, the hell he didn't get you pregnant.
Y'all got y'all pregnant. Y'all got y'all pregnant. See, that's the part you missing. See, you seem to think, brother, look, you seem to think no, let me finish. You seem to think that I'm on the woman's side. I'm not on the woman's side.
Not my point.
You're on the man's side.
I don't think that at all. That's not my point.
What's your point? My point is they were both responsible. My point is they were both responsible.
I'm not saying that they're both responsible. But
I know you're not. Hold on. That's my point. I know you're saying the woman is only responsible.
No, that you're not hearing me.
Okay, all right, I'm listening.
All the bodies are buried.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
This is the thing. You keep sitting there giving women a pass. The woman.
I'm not giving her a pass.
She knows where the bodies are buried.
I know she knows where the bodies are buried, but so does he.
But guess what? No, we don't. She knows she ovulated up 14 days after her period.
Jackie,
men don't know that,
brother. I've known you for a long time. I've known you for a long time, and I know you know how this stuff works. I know you know how it works.
That's not my point. I'm not.
That's my point.
Into this equation, I'm talking about the facts. A woman ovulates 12 to 14 days after her cycle.
I don't care.
There's no. Yes, you have to care.
No, I don't.
There is no pregnancy before ovulation.
I don't care. My point is that they both know if they have sex, there's a possibility, especially unprotected sex, that there's a possibility that there might be a pregnancy. I don't care about this ovulation and all the rest of this craziness.
So he didn't get you pregnant. You chose it. You chose it also. And then on top
of that, I agree. She chose it and he chose
it. A woman can get rid of the child after sex. And you still chose to carry that ain't shit ass nigga baby to fruition. And it's his fault.
It's both of their fault if there's a fault. I mean, if they're seeing it as a mistake, it's both their mistake.
This is where I'm with Ayala Van Zandt.
Okay.
After orgasm for a man, you have no control of your semen. I'm telling men, bruh, back away from all of them. Don't go down that road because
it's a choice.
You are a victim of the system.
It's a choice.
Don't do what I'm telling you.
It's definitely. I agree with you on that one, brother. It's definitely a choice for the man, and it's a choice for the woman. You know what? We were supposed to be covering racism. We were supposed to be covering racism, but I think this has been a really, really good, interesting conversation. And we're going to eventually get to racism. But brother Jackie, this is a big part of our problem. I think we're narrow-minded. We're narrow-minded. We need to open up our mind.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this to you.
Go ahead.
You are 20 plus years older than me.
Right.
You're not out here dating the women that's right now.
Right.
So when you came through, women were sugar and spice and all things nice. They were thankful.
No, they weren't.
They were demure.
no, they weren't. What are you talking about? What woman are you talking about? Women are the same today as they were yesterday, basically, and men are too.
And guess
what?
Go
ahead.
And guess what? Women were the same. Women were the same back then as they are today.
Basically,
back then there was a whole narrative that men weren't shit, and at the end of the day, men got women pregnant. There was never an argument of a woman having sex with a man during our ovulation period, and she chose to have sex with that man. It was always, he got me pregnant. He got me pregnant.
No, I don't agree. But I don't agree with that. I think they both got her pregnant. That's all I'm saying. This is me talking. I'm not defending the man and I'm not defending the woman. This is just me talking about this subject that we're talking about as far as women getting pregnant. And my thing is, it was both their responsibility. They both played the equal role in it. And your thing is, your thing is that it's basically her fault.
Most men, no, guess what? And guess what? Up until the last 4 or 5 years, it's been that way. It's been the man's fault. It's never been a woman's fault. Women have always
it's not true.
Men have always been
no, that's not true. That's not true.
Yes, it is. Pop.
No, it's
yes,
not.
It is.
No, it's not. People, let me put it this way. People that understand how this thing works, in other words, people that understand that a man has a penis, woman has a vagina, man, when they have sex, he ejaculates a sperm, the sperm fertilizes the egg, blah, 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 they get pregnant. People that, and I think people have understood that concept for a long time. People that understand that it was, as if it was voluntary. They understand that both of them are equally responsible. I don't understand why you don't understand that.
No, I understand all that. Well, I'm not taking away from that. But okay, watch this. What's the woman's responsibility in that situation?
As far as what now? What do you mean?
As her getting pregnant and carrying a baby for 9 months. What's her responsibility? What's her role?
Yeah, she has a choice. Initially, she has a choice. She has a decision.
What choice did the man have? What choice did that man have?
The same choice she has.
No, she didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah. Here's her choice. Here's her choice. Let me tell you. And you explain me where I'm off. Her choice is, first of all, this is her choice. To have sex or not have sex with that man. Is that not true? No. Okay, so you agree. Her first decision. Wait a minute, let me finish. That. All right. So the man has a choice. Is that agreed? Okay. So he has a choice and she has a choice. Now, she has a choice whether she's going to have this sex whenever she's in that window or whatever, or she's going to use some type of protection, right? She has that choice, right? Does she have that choice?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Now the man, right? He has that choice to either have sex with her during that window or have some other type of protection. He has a choice, or not to have sex with her, right? Does he have that choice?
So yes. So you put a greater responsibility.
No, it's equal
on that man.
No, it's equal. You're not following me. All I'm saying is it's equal.
You put a greater responsibility on the man.
No, I don't.
That's what you're doing.
No.
Yes, you do, Pop.
How so? Explain it. I'm going to give you a chance to explain it. I'm going to explain it.
I understand it.
But
you
explain
put a greater responsibility on the man.
Okay, explain it.
You put a greater responsibility on the man.
How so?
According to you, the man should initially make sure that he don't put himself in a bad situation going forward.
Yes. And what should the woman do?
For the damn woman.
No. What should the woman do? She should do the same thing.
You ain't upset that. And guess what? Women are not moving like that. No, man, no, sir. They're not moving like that.
Okay. All right. So
men, guess what? Most of the time, men are having sex. Men are having sex for enjoyment purposes.
Yes.
They're not looking to create. They're not looking to create a child.
I agree. There's a lot of things we do as men and women. We take drugs because it's fun at the time, with no thought of the consequences of doing that. Right? We do a lot of crazy. We get in our cars. I've got a grandson. He scares me. The boy scares me. I'm concerned about him. He got this damn motorcycle and he rides it like he's going crazy. I worry about that boy. But that's a choice. He's a grown man. That's a choice. We do this all the time. But why would he put that responsibility on me? Because let's just say I bought him the motorcycle. Well, you bought me the motorcycle, so I didn't, even though I didn't. But let's just say, let's accept responsibility for what we're doing or not doing.
You know what?
What?
I'm gonna concede.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna give it to you. I'm gonna tell men what I
you.
continue to. I'm gonna tell men what I continue to tell men, bruh. After your orgasm, you have no control of it. Stop shooting up the club. Stop wanting children. Stop wanting marriage. It's a lose for you when it goes bad. It's a lose. It's a loss for you when it goes bad.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna share something with you. No, I'm gonna share something.
I got 3 divorces.
Okay, I'm gonna share something with you.
Family court laws are not written for men. They're written for the women.
Let me share something with you. Personal, really, really personal. My first wife. I was dating my first wife. We had unprotected sex. Mm-hmm. And I knew it at the time. At that young age, I knew what the consequences could be for unprotected sex. I chose to do that. So guess what happened?
Yes.
Guess what happened?
She got pregnant.
Yeah, she got pregnant. And we're not married.
Yes.
Right. Now, let me ask you a question. At that point, did I have some choices? Did I? I'm not talking about her, talking about me. Did I as a man have choices?
After what? After she got pregnant?
Yeah.
You had no choice.
Of course I did.
You had no choice.
Of course I did.
You didn't have one choice at all, Pop.
Of course I did.
What choice did you have?
I had a choice of living up to my responsibility or not. That's what these men are doing that you're talking about with this welfare bullshit stuff. All right? They have a choice. They can take on their responsibility, which I did, or they can say hell with it, like a lot of men do. And then the woman is left out there and she got to do whatever she got to do. It's a choice.
Now watch this, Bob.
Go ahead. I'm watching.
Let's talk about it. You know that's the minority of men that you're talking about.
I don't care. It could be 2 men.
No.
Listen at me. Listen to me. I don't care about the minority or majority. I'm just telling you. Look. I'm just telling you that those men have a choice. But go ahead.
What choice did they have?
I just explained it to you. I'll do it one more time.
No, you said stepping up and take care of their responsibility and walking away. That ain't a damn choice.
Of course it's a choice.
I didn't want the fucking kids. I didn't want the damn child.
Of course it's a choice. You made the choice to have unprotected sex. You made that choice.
Can a woman watch this? Can I make a woman a mother if she don't want to be one?
Yeah, if you rape her.
No. Outside of that.
Okay.
No, outside of it. No. I can't even do it then.
Yeah, I got you. She could have an abortion. That's true. I have to give you that one. I give you that one.
So can a woman make me a father if I don't want to be one?
Can a woman make you a father if
I don't want to be one?
Yeah, she can make you a father if you don't want to be one. You made yourself a father. You made yourself a father.
I'm not done.
Go ahead.
I'm not done.
Go ahead.
Don't take away my damn. Don't tell me Don't tell me I got a choice.
Go ahead.
Don't tell me I got a choice.
Go ahead.
Don't tell me I got a choice.
Go ahead.
Don't tell me I have a choice then. If a woman can make me a father and I don't want to be one, and I can't make her a mother if she don't want to be one, don't tell me about her choices.
Yeah.
Don't tell me about my choices.
Yeah. That's like saying, you know what that's like saying? Let's go back to that drug analogy. Let's go back to that drug analogy. That's like saying after you've taken the drug, and now you're an addict, that's like saying, well, I had nothing to do with that. I didn't have a choice. That's after the fact. Yeah. After the fact, there may be some choices being made that you don't have a whole lot of control over. After the fact.
That's what this piece is about. After the fact, she cannot. If she don't want to be a mother after the fact, I can't make her be a mother.
Well, I'll tell you what we're gonna do, brother, because I think we done ran out of time. But what we'll do, we're gonna both concede on this one. All right, we're gonna both concede on this one. I think you said that you conceded. I'm going to concede with you. I'm going to concede that some of us men don't believe that we have a choice when we have sex as far as whether or not the woman gets pregnant. I'm going to concede that there are men that believe that they do not have a choice when they have sex with a woman as far as whether or not that woman's going to get pregnant. Okay? So we'll concede on that. But we're going to have to bring this session to a close, brother, because I think we're out of time.
Okay.
But I do appreciate.
Yes, we are. We over time.
We over time. And I'm apologizing. Look. I'm apologizing to those folks who tuned in because they were looking forward to more of a discussion on this racism thing. And I told you earlier that this racism topic is going to get deep and heavy. But we kind of took a slight detour. And so what we'll do is we'll pick that up next week.
Let me say this.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
To everybody out there listening, we start off these conversations think we're going to go one way,
right?
And it opened up a whole other can of worms to go in a different direction.
But it's still important.
That's part of this podcast world.
Yeah,
that's part of it. We're going to have discourse.
Right.
Matter of fact, discourse is what brings it. Discourse it either confirms you or it forces you to change.
Yeah.
So I'm not in the mindset that I'm not a go along to get along. Pop is not a go along to get along, man.
And I appreciate that in you, brother.
We're going to have discourse.
Right. And I appreciate that in you.
Discourse.
Okay. But I do think that even though the subject was supposed to be racism, the topic that we talked about, I think it's as important because there's a lot of us men and women out there doing having unprotected sex and this type of thing, and then as a result of that, there's these pregnancies. Sometimes they're unwanted and that type of thing. So I still think that was it was an important topic that we talked about. But I'm gonna have to go ahead and close it out, brother. Thank you, listeners, for listening in, and join us next week. I tell you what, Brother Jackie, I'm not sure about next week because me and my wife, we're going to go out of town next week. So, but I'll stay in touch with you. And also I'll let the listeners know if they keep follow us on Facebook.
Let's pull in the topic. And I can bring, look, I may have some people to bring on the topic that you may be able to respond to.
Okay.
That's all fine.
All right, brother. Signing off here, folks.
But I will say this to everybody listening. Look, we're not perfect. Pop and I are not perfect men. We are imperfect as they get.
That's right. We're just human.
The goal of this is to spark thought.
Right.
Spark conversation.
Right.
And to, chime in. Give us your opinion. We need to hear you.
Yes.
Not just us. We two voices.
We
two men that have different lifestyles.
That's right.
Pop is 20-some years older than me.
Right.
So we live different lives for the most part.
Different life experiences for the most part. Yeah.
And let's have this discourse because we don't get better unless. Guess what? Sometimes you gotta tear it down to build it up.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Right.
So, and guess what? I need everybody to understand because he and I disagreeing. That don't mean he and I got a problem with our relationship outside.
No, absolutely.
We have a disagreement on this podcast.
That's right.
That's what it is.
That's right. Okay, brother, signing off.
I still think you bullshit, but that's not the point. I'm not that. Yeah, I love it.
I love you too, brother. All right, folks, we're signing off. See you next week, or talk to you next week. All right,
next week.
Think it through, people.